if you work with commercial doors and or hardware, at some point you're gonna run into one of these Detex exit alarms. And I wanna make sure that you are prepared. So in this video, I'm gonna let you know what you need to know right now. Let's do it. So when just looking at this exit alarm, you should be able to notice something right off the top, and that is there are two different keys, all right? Now, the bottom key, that's gonna be the operating key to arm or disarm the unit, and the top key here is the service key. Now, this key is going to be needed anytime you need to take the cover off here. Maybe you need to replace a battery, maybe you need to rekey this Mortise cylinder here to fit whatever new key you're working with. So let's start with this service key, and I want to give you really quickly everything that you need to know about it. Or now, when it comes to this service cylinder up top here, okay, it's just going to be a Y11. Here's just a standard Y11 key. It goes in it. It's really, nothing fancy to speak of. Now on them though, there's always going to be the code stamped on it. So this is like a DT019. This is a DT014. So one way or another, you're really going to want to have all of the keys set up and ready to go when you encounter them, really just for the quickness of service. Now the good part is, now of course you can code cut your own if you want, or you can just buy this set. I'll put a link on the video here for this Detex set of the 10 keys that you're gonna find out there to do these, right? So you find a 014, you just look on your keys here, and here it is, 014. All right, put it in, you can unscrew it. It's good to go. Now you might be thinking, why don't I just pick this really quick? And why do I have to have a key? Well, the main reason for this is if you look here on this, okay, there's actually 4 spots that you can stop and pull the key out in on this. Okay, there's 4 different ones around here. There's one up top, one on each side, and then one here on the bottom. So is what happens, right, is when you're screwing it in and you're screwing it together like this, and you get it on there nice and tight, you can either, you could stop it here and pull it out. You can put it in here, stop it here and pull it out, and so forth. So having a key is really just the way to go to get it on and off. And then lastly here, I just want to take this apart and I just want to show you what to expect, all right? So if you turn the key, you're gonna unscrew it off this back screw bar here. You'll see it. Let me get it all the way. Okay, gets loose. Then you can see it comes off, right? So it's being connected right back here onto this. Now, of course, you could replace this with another one, and you'd have to undo this that nut right back here. You can see it. So that's how that works. Now, in this case, when we're talking about batteries, okay, a lot of times you'll have to take it off just to replace the battery. You'll see the battery. This is how it should be installed, just like that. And Detex, they provide these Energizer Max batteries, and so I would just suggest when you replace it to replace it with a Energizer battery as well. Now I did talk to them about it, and they said to not use lithium, and so stay away from the lithiums, and I don't know, I think just using Energizer is the way to go. Now let's move on to the operating key. Now the operating key, of course, is to operate the lock, to arm it, to disarm it, and probably one of the most important things that can and sometimes is overlooked is that if you're at a commercial building and let's say you get called out there and you're rekeying it, you want to make sure that you talk to whoever you need to talk to about this operating key because, well, maybe it's keyed up to the building system, maybe it's on a separate system, who knows, but you want to make sure that you're on the same page with whoever's job it is to turn this off or on as needed. All right, so when it comes to the operating key, let's say you either need to rekey it or maybe you need to replace it with a different Mortise cylinder. So let's go ahead and let's turn it around and let's take it apart. And I want to show you really my favorite part of this unit here. So there's just going to be these 2 screws that are holding this mechanism on that we have to take off to access. So let me get these off really quick. All right. All right, so we got that. Now, this is where the magic is here, and I'm just excited to show this to you if you don't know about it, which is this unit here. You see how this pushes in? Okay, this is to accommodate really whether it's a 1-inch mortise cylinder, what I think 1.25 inch it'll go to, and you can even go longer if you need to, like on like a SFIC 7-pin cylinder or something, where you just put a beauty ring on the outside to kind of make this happen here. So this is awesome, right? So the length doesn't matter, and also the tailpiece doesn't matter. And you can see this comes with just like your standard cam on here. It's like a Yale cam, but you can really use anything, and I'm going to show you that here in just a moment. So now, of course, we have to get the mortise cylinder out. We have to get this nut off. You can see it in there. You have two options. You can take a screwdriver, flathead preferably, and you can move it along here and get it loosened up and get it done. Or if you do a lot of them or prefer, you can buy this tool. I'll put it in the I'll put a link to it in the notes here, and then you can just unscrew it that way. So it's really dealer's choice there, whatever you would like. All right, so get that all the way off, and then we'll get the cylinder out. Okay, so now if you buy one of these alarms with the cylinder, it's going to have this 1 1/8 inch in it, just like this. Now, that's what I did just for fun and a nice little hyperbole is I grabbed a Yale 1-inch mortise cylinder with a Adams Right cam on it, right? You can see how it's different. Now, in a lot of applications, the cam is super important, right? This is not one of them, so that's the fun part. Okay, so I'm gonna go and put this one off to the side here. I'm gonna take this 1-inch mortise cylinder with Adams Right cam on the back. We're gonna get it put in here. So let me get that put in like so. And then we'll put this nut back on. All right. I'm gonna use my little fancy tool here. I like how they have this little pry bar action on here if you need it. Pretty cool. All right, let's get that nice and tight. And then let's get this mechanism put back on. All right, so there we go. All right. So we got those on here, and then now let's check it out and see if it works. All right, so we got our Yale key here. Let's see. So you can hear it turn on there. You can hear it turn off. So that's really what you need to know about this. It's pretty easy to get it apart and rekey it if you need to, and if you need to swap out the cylinder to fit something more special or different or unique for the customer or for the application, it's simple to do as well. All right, so there you have it. That is what you need to know if and when you run into one of these Detex exit alarms out in the wild. Now, of course, I want to know what you think in the comments below. Let me know. I look forward to seeing it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Well, I guess this is the end of the video, and it's time for you and I to part ways until next time. But hey, before you go, I really do want to make sure that you know that when you comment on our videos and you include the hashtag Lockboss, you automatically get hooked up to win cool stuff that we give away live here on YouTube every Tuesday. So we'd love to have you join us. We'd love to have you comment, and I look forward to reading them soon.